why it sucks to be a Spinosaurus with Simba and Woo.
They just snatched my
You
Oh, your whole flow.
Did you steal it?
No,
It's the Lake Cretaceous, somewhere in what will eventually be called North Africa. You live in a lush delta.
Yeah.
The sun is rising, and it is beautiful.
Wonderful.
Quick question. I've been wondering
This nigga might be worse than Stanley. Go ahead.
Nah, because I just thought about this question, right? So, boom, you had an ice age, right? Boom. Right now, they saying the planet cooling back up. Now, my question for you is, how hot?
Warming?
No, they saying it's cooling back up.
Oh.
So, my question for you is, how hot did you...
So
you think it was getting up to like
Hot
200
sidewalk.
Fahrenheit?
hot enough to cook eggs on the back of a T-Rex.
A hot
Okay, like
sidewalk.
real question. Like, how hot do we think the world was back then?
A hot summer sidewalk.
How hot do you think the world was back then?
Hot
man?
enough to burn a vampire.
You don't get it. A hot summer sidewalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What?
I just want to juice you.
Juice.
Juice? Yo, hey, hey, he want them simple liquids. Oh!
He's crushing your
He's
melon.
Spider-Man.
He's crushing your melon.
All right, come on. Hot summer.
You don't really notice that right now, because you're running for your life. As soon as you and your siblings hatched from your eggs, you started to be eaten.
Damn.
Talk about spawn camping.
What?
You run as fast as you can, but with your entire body only being about a foot long,
they
your little
predator be
feet
spawn
can only
camping.
carry you so far,
Spinosaurus was
and
huge.
it's caught up to you.
That's the baby.
It's
They
the
just
baby.
hatched.
He said you was just born.
Well, I don't know why I thought it'd be like the size of a puppy just born.
Out of egg? Well, it depends.
Cause you
But
got
not big enough, not bigger, nowhere near the size of the predator.
Like they was like eating them like they was nuggets.
Low-key.
Like a popcorn. Just
Yeah.
throw that bitch back. Hell yeah.
Man, that gotta be crazy hitting stomach acid. Like imagine they follow them all. It's just darkness.
They probably bite, toss them up, catch.
It's just
Just deep throat them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
yeah, crazy, bro. Dino nuggets for real.
Well, let's rewind. A few months ago, your mom pops you out along with your siblings. She
Damn.
stays near your nest to keep away any predators, and once you hatch, she immediately scoops you up to carry you to the wetlands.
Okay.
And though you almost had a heart attack, this is the safest place you can be.
Okay.
Right now, basically everything can eat you. Big fish can swallow you whole, crocs can bite you in half, and even your siblings might see you as a snack.
Oh no.
But before long, you get spit out in what looks like a small pond. Yeah, it's safer than the rivers, but not by much. Predators are everywhere. Your best defense is hiding in the horsetails, or better yet,
ninja?
sticking close to mom. But sooner or later, they're gonna catch you alone. So you need to grow, which
That's a
means
hard
eating
life.
like your life depends on it.
That's a hard.
How long
Jesus.
do crocodiles and alligators live?
You don't think they evolution?
They evolved.
Big word for elbow. Come on, spell it out. Come on.
Evolution.
Balsamic vinegar? That's a big word for elbow.
Is that a word?
Evolution.
Oh,
You don't think they
oh.
evolved? I took an
Oh yeah.
Right. Look on the Eddies.
I think maybe.
Mikey remembering the old days. I think I was just sitting in the bush watching this go down, bro.
Yeah, you was hunting.
Right. You a
Right.
caveman?
Nigga said
That's
based
what
off
I'm
a true
saying, bro.
story and then quoted Mikey.
Internet City, but just Mikey.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
For sure.
Oh god, that's funny.
Because it does. You start with the easy stuff. Frogs, bugs, and the occasional dead fish. But when you check to see how much progress you've made, you're gonna need something a bit more
Some
nutritious.
protein.
Negative about
Standing at the edge of the water, you know fish are everywhere. But you just don't know how to catch them. You tried hunting like the crocodiles, but that doesn't work. So you decide you need your own approach. You start crafting the perfect method. And what is it, you might ask? Well, just copying your mom. To catch fish, she lets them come to her. Her teeth, unlike most theropods, are round and conical, designed to pluck fish right out of the water.
Type
She
shit.
just waits with her mouth open, using her snout to detect the slightest touch, and once she does, dinner is served.
Okay,
It seems
type shit.
easy enough
OP for real.
until you try it yourself. Catching fish feels more like grabbing a slippery bar of soap. Clearly, this is going to take some practice. For the next few months, that's your life. Dodging crocs, studying your
Damn.
mom, and honing your fish.
Wait, what'd I say?
That's your life. Dodging crocs, studying your mom.
Bite
Study
stuff.
mom.
Don't bite rocks. Bedtime. The little
Yes,
S.
yeah.
Taught me.
I need to see if...
Looking up the super S, bro.
Okay, that is what I thought.
Trying to look up. See
Yeah,
what the
because like I
sponsor
could have
was.
swore the Spinosauruses was an apex predator, right? But he's saying it sucks. I'm like, damn. But Jurassic Park, he was one of them ones.
Was he?
Yeah.
He talking about the babies, right?
But the whole thing is why it sucks.
Right.
But I'm like, wait, they were an ape. I could have swore they were an apex predator.
I mean, it is Jurassic Park.
Wait, are you sure? All I'm
It was a T-Rex, and it was a video where it was
Is that the new one that's coming out? The
Yeah.
Spinosauruses? Yeah.
oh, it was
No. I was looking up the new one. I don't.
Okay.
Real life Spinosaurus is weak. Just Jurassic Park.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we back in it.
Yeah.
In honing your fish hunting skills.
That's Aaron.
It doesn't come easy,
Thanks.
but at least you're making some progress. Because you're now a juvenile Spinosaurus and about 9 feet long.
Damn.
Life is finally looking up. Just kidding, because you're now on your own. The second your mom saw you were starting to figure things out, she went to get some milk.
Damn.
And that
Got the
pond you've been
fuck
calling
on.
home,
Really
that
good
was
spinal
just a
D.
tutorial level. Now it's time to move on to the real deal,
Okay.
the rivers. Here, the prey are massive. Basically, every other catch could land you on an episode of River Monsters.
W show, shout
So,
out Jeremy
you decided-
Wade, greatest polyglot of all time, and watch his new show, Deep River Mysteries or Deep Water Mysteries.
Whatever South America was called back then had to be treacherous.
Nigga, that shit had to be scary.
Jesus.
Cause
Bro,
bro,
the Amazon.
bro,
Man.
because you got to think about it, bro. The Amazon in South America has some of the apex of apex.
Crazy.
It has like, bro, the two places,
Where the hell did you get in here?
the two places I
Unless
know.
somebody left that door.
The two places I know for sure I'ma die.
Ash.
The two places I know for sure I'ma die. Right? If I ever go and my friends
No
are
problem.
more than 30 feet away from me, Australia
Did you leave the gate open?
and the Amazon.
You're not gonna leave.
That's two places I'ma die.
Give it a try. The current here is strong, but your paddle-like tail keeps you steady. But out of nowhere, an adult Spinosaurus comes charging at you. Apparently, you missed the signs.
Yeah.
You were fishing in
Territory.
his spot. You see, adult Spinosaurus being so large require a ton of food. So the best fishing spots are guarded by very territorial
Damn.
and quite frankly, very rude adults.
Get the fuck
Though
on,
sadly, that's not the only issue these rivers have to offer.
Like
In your
plastic.
previous run-ins, the biggest crocs were only about 10 feet long.
Ah, like
but
plastic.
here, the biggest can grow close to 30 feet.
Okay,
Thankfully,
hold on.
most of the
Damn.
time,
How,
they'll-
how do we
30-foot
know
dog?
any of this?
Because they get up to like 20 feet.
No.
Bones?
I'm not talking about size.
Bones?
Because you got bones. Like, habit stuff. How the hell would we know any of this?
I think we base it off of like similar animals. Like say for example, there's let's super far fetched, right? Say Komodo dragons, right? They study how Komodo dragons act and move in the wilderness, right? And then they go through records of possible old animals and be like, oh, they could have done this, as well as where they
So we
are
just
finding.
making hypotheses.
Yeah, it's all hypothesis. Nigga,
Yes.
ain't none of us live back then except you. But there's also like you can find. It's also where their bones are found. So like, say if their bones are found in dried up riverbeds, stuff like that. But it's a large number of them. It's like, oh, this is where they've been and shit. And then they use they base it off of how animals today interact with other animals. Like some creatures aren't pack oriented. So it's just different stuff like that. You trying to act like
But
you wasn't around it.
I be asking the same thing about space, bro.
Mikey, tell us the real story. Aaron, nah, the science.
I ain't gonna
guy.
lie. I don't believe.
I don't believe nothing they say about space except for the stuff that's like
Come on.
relatively close.
Y'all think Earth is flat?
No.
No,
Do y'all think that we live in a dome?
no.
Why not? Y'all think the moon landing was real?
Nah.
But y'all don't think the Earth
The reason why I don't think
Not
the
flat.
moon landing is real is because how they call them. That's the one thing I always
How they
think about.
what?
Called.
They called the
They
moon.
called Neil Armstrong?
Yeah, one
One
false.
small
I'm thinking about
man.
how y'all call these niggas, bro.
And a walkie-talkie.
Like I think about that all the time, bro.
Trust.
Trust.
Like we go out in the
But
woods and we look
Even
service.
if that's the case, how you know we in this big old galaxy that's just puny compared to all it? You can't see all that shit.
Like, we can't see ourselves retrospective. Like we can't see ourselves from retrospective.
Satellites.
Talk about the galaxy is so many light years big.
Just point.
Point.
Satellites.
Never really made look.
Now they about to go back to calling you Kevin. But that's not on y'all.
How can they have satellites without touching the moon?
Because the moon, the space,
I believe we went to
regular
the-
space is closer than the moon.
Than the moon for
Wait,
sure.
so how come y'all? So alright, so y'all don't believe the moon landing was real? Then how y'all don't think the Earth?
No, I
No,
don't have
I don't-
nothing
I
against
just-
the moon landing.
yeah,
I believe it's possible that we went to the moon.
I feel like
It's not impossible that
I
can
feel
go.
like we lied
To-
to win the space race.
Yeah, the space
but
race.
we did eventually go to the moon.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get that. So,
But the Earth, you a flat Earth? That's a lie.
I'm not opposed to
My
it.
mom said I can't be friends.
The way the flight patterns are.
My mom said I can't.
It's just
Gravity.
The flights go both ways.
No, they don't. You can't go. You literally
Gravity.
can't
Gravity.
go
What's this?
certain directions.
What's that?
They gotta,
Wait,
Gravity.
hold on. I don't. We gotta figure out where you're talking about.
The flight patterns don't add up. Like you have to take certain routes to go to certain places.
Because of air traffic.
Yeah.
And
Air traffic. What the fuck? What traffic's in the air?
Nigga, there are thousands of planes in the air at one time. Do you know how many flights there are?
All planes are they all take the same route.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
The freaking
They all take almost the same route.
Okay, you could say that for maybe commercial flights, but what about all the other flights for shipping and all of that? UPS and FedEx, they all got their own. They all got their own shit. Yes.
How do you think shit get from over there to over there?
They don't fly. They don't put that. They don't put that. They do.
Sometimes,
but
like,
they don't put that shit on commercial flights. They have their own planes.
Yeah.
Shipping shit by boat is the worst.
They still they still go to they go to other places to fuel up and then go to like the other part of the world.
Bro, there's different air currents. Well, you can't if you go into you fly a certain spot and the air current ain't right, it can take the whole fucking plane down. My mom said I can't be friends.
Wow.
He a flat earther.
Right.
My mom said I can't eat that. Okay.
They'll leave you alone.
Okay, I know we.
Well,
y'all think we would have survived during it?
No.
Also, the Earth is flat. How come
We
in
fool,
your
nigga.
big
You
cities?
see how he just said he was 9 feet and not fully grown.
No, like say we got our weapons.
What is the
He
question?
said you think we surviving.
Like if we had our weapons, like guns. Say we got guns. You think we surviving back then?
Maybe, but like.
Because humans is ruthless as fuck, but you know.
But those shits is big as fuck too. So it's like you and with one person with one regular gun, fuck no. Cause like
Hey, Death Shadow, can a 6'5" Creedmoor blow up a?
Bro, how would he know?
I'm about to ask him a different question. You don't even know what question I'm about to ask. Could a 6'5" Creedmoor blast a fucking alligator to smithereens without going for a soft spot?
Okay, so listen and think about it. What's the setup for that? Like, what's the setup? In order for you to shoot that gun properly, what's the setup for that?
Oh, I can boom.
Turn and boom, but it's a double-handed, you know what I'm saying, aim down your sight type shit.
You know what we wrong with some of y'all? Some of y'all be like, a gun ain't gonna go through. You don't know what their skin was like. You don't know anything. You just got bones, nigga. You don't know shit. Them niggas might have had feathers. They think half the niggas think they have feathers. Half the niggas think they have reptilian. Like,
so the reason why I asked my question in regards to blowing a fucking alligator to smithereens, with alligators being their chickens. They say chickens and birds are their most close living relatives.
Lock the door.
Which is also insane. How are chickens and birds their most close living relatives when fucking alligators exist? But whatever. But the reason I asked that is because if we can blow an alligator to smithereens, right? We just scale it up by height as well as toughness and thick, right? So like say a 6'5" Creedmoor get half an inch through one scale, right? We scale that bitch up.
Oh, there's a gun for every animal
but you scale it up. There's also the different types of setups. You like one-on-one, even with I don't think like even with the biggest guns,
as big as we think they was, they'd be a problem. Obviously,
you need a full team at every time, and
but
with how many there were.
At the same time, we don't even know their temperament, how aggressive they was. Well, none of that, nothing.
All guesstimations.
All guesses. I'm just saying. I'm actually adding to your point.
Bro, shut up.
Oh my god, Mikey knows.
Probably. And maybe you're being a little paranoid, but every shadow in the water fills you with terror. So you decide, screw being semi-aquatic, you're going on land. Here you find the remains of a pterosaur. You're more of a fish guy yourself, but a free meal is a free meal.
Eat up.
No way you're passing that up. For a moment, you start questioning why you'd ever want to go back to the water. The land is just way better. Then you're hit by reality. Oh, that's why. This is a Carcharodontosaurus. They're giant theropods that patrol the riversides. If one is a Carcharodon hit by reality. Oh, that's why. This is a Carcharodontosaurus. They're giant.
How the fuck am I don't even know how to spell that. You sound it out.
Carcharodontosaurus.
These names is crazy.
Okay, Google. What's a Carcharodontosaurus?
On the website thesaurus.com, they say
For sure.
automobile,
Thank you.
bus,
Uh-huh.
convertible,
Hell
jeep,
yeah.
limousine, machine, motor, pickup, ride, station wagon,
Yep.
truck,
Type
van,
shit.
Wagon.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Giant theropods that patrol the riversides. If one of them catches you, you're toast. Literally. Now you're caught between two worlds. One ruled by
Oh.
bloodthirsty crocs, and the other
Listen,
Bro, how many fucking raptor variants they got, bro?
Oh, that nigga terrifying.
by giant theropods. And there's no use in even trying to hide. Your sail, now much larger, feels like a big neon sign on your back. Still, your sail isn't completely useless. It helps regulate your body temperature, though not exactly handy in this moment. But it's also a tool for communication and intimidation. You signal for him to back off, but he's not listening. Fortunately, the key to your success is adaptability. In the water, you can outmaneuver a theropod. And on land, you can outrun a croc. With your mix of traits and a little bit of luck, you can escape most danger. But with all this running around, you're starting to feel hungry again. It's time to fish.
But you're not the apex predator of either.
Yeah.
You're
a jack of all trades.
Yeah, exactly.
Master jack.
Yeah, Master Jack. Hell yeah.
Time in an unoccupied spot. And though the catches aren't so great, each one fuels your body to grow bigger and stronger. In a short time, you're 20 feet long and tipping the scales at around 2,500 pounds.
Damn.
But don't be too concerned, because you can always use the big boned excuse. Spending so much time in the water has made your bones very dense, adding to that massive weight. And though you're not fully grown, you're already a force to be reckoned with. You're swimming faster, biting harder, and deadlier than ever. It's time to settle some scores. First on your list, crocodiliforms. The biggest are all still untouchable, but the smaller and medium-sized ones are a different story. You spot a group enjoying the sun on the shoreline. What once seemed like a nightmare now looks like an all-you-can-eat buffet. You move carefully through the mangrove trees, making sure not to be spotted. And when the moment's right, you charge. The crocs, slow and caught off guard, barely make it back to the water before you grab a few in your mouth. Your first crocodile meal. Delicious. You're feeling good now, and have earned the respect of the other Spinosaurus. You're the new kid on the block, but to match your new style, you need a better fishing spot to go with it. Scouting the area, you set your sights on a tired old Spinosaurus. His sluggish movements make it clear he can't keep up with the competition anymore. You confront him. Your intimidating size and aggressive display are too much for him to handle. With a defeated look, he retreats, leaving you victorious and in possession of the prime fishing spot you've been eyeing. Here, the fish are huge. Onchopristis, over 20 feet long. Coelacanths, over 15. The food is almost too much. At this point, you're unstoppable. By about 18, you're nearly fully grown. You're weighing about 7 tons and close to 40 feet long. But
Bro.
That's the case. We did.
That is hell.
Yeah,
We
bro.
did. That's the case.
Bro, that's absolutely
We
beautiful. Bro, we lucky. I ain't gonna lie. If we be so real, like we, first of all, I know like niggas feel how they feel about America, but damn nigga, we won the birth lottery. Like, G shit. We could have been born in.
You're not wrong.
But on top of that, we could have been born where some real shit going on. Like, we gotta worry about real animals, bro.
Great timeline. Well, not great, but not
You know
horrible.
what I'm saying? Like,
you're looking a little
was it
funny.
the best of times? The worst?
Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe shit.
Maybe shit.
Ah, I know. You're wearing the wrong outfit. Nope. Nada. No.
What's happening?
No?
He's changing face.
Ah, there it
There
is.
it is.
You see, Spinosaurus changes more times than a teenager before prom night. Every year, scientists make some new discovery, and boom, a new Spinosaurus comes out. So, if you want to stay up to date with the trends, you're going to look like this. For now. You're the largest predator in your environment. The water and land are your domain, and nothing can stand in your way. And while most of the time you can be found standing in the shallow water catching fish, you do occasionally go on land. Mostly to rest, but sometimes to grab some free meals. Even Carcharodontosaurus, that are nearly as big as you, will be scared off by your size, aided by the fact that your sail makes you look a lot bigger than you really are. You've gotten everything you've ever wanted. Strength, your own territory, respect, but something is missing.
Family.
Ain't no bitch.
Love.
Oh.
And perfect timing, because it's mating season. Finding a mate isn't easy. Sometimes you have to fight other Spinosaurs, but even when you don't, matching still isn't guaranteed. because your sail has to be attractive. But you are eventually able to find a mate.
Yep.
You do this by pushing blood through your sail and winning her over.
So
In a
get
little bit
hard
of
for
time,
real.
you have your own babies. You've accomplished everything you wanted.
How big it was.
Bro, imagine something that big getting it on. Like, we see dogs all the time. Like, that's gotta sound crazy. That friction. I mean, I was kind of thinking, I was there. I'm gonna say it.
Somebody had
Like, a horse is crazy, and they not even.
ain't that big for real.
Yeah.
They big, but like they ain't that big.
They big to us.
Like whales.
Like them you ever seen an elephant joint? Mugs bigger than us.
Bro, there was this clip I got.
Yeah.
Bro, that motherfucker walked past the camera. I said,
Bigger than a human, bro. They put that in them.
crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, they got the
I
capacity.
think it stank. It for sure stank. Gotta stank.
Yeah, got to.
They got cheese.
God, they got
Big
cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But the years have been hard on you. Holding back others from taking your fishing spot has aged you fast. And just like everything else, you can only stay on top for so long. One day, just like you had before, a young male comes and takes your territory. With the loss of your fishing spot, you slowly get weaker and weaker.
Damn.
As you look out at the sunset,
Oh.
you figure this is as good of a spot as any.
You just die.
If you like this video,
Bro,
you'll
their
probably
life
like
wasn't
that
bad.
video.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
After
you for
they
watching,
grew,
and
you know what I'm
please
saying?
subscribe.
They like the little baby turtles, bro. You
What's
gotta-
their
you know what I'm
lifespan?
saying?
They
That
lifespan.
is a great question.
That is a very good
What was
question.
they like?
Like I said, we don't know. We don't know none of this shit, bro.
Look up.
But their appearance keep changing, bro.
You need to learn about the Gigapithecus, Giganopithecus.
Hell yeah. Shout out to you.
Y'all want to know? Learn about the Giganopithecus.
W video,
I
man.
like the Mosasaurus.
The
bro.
Moses.
Look up the Giganopithecus.
Bro, Mason be teaching me games.
Look
He be like, I want to see the Mosasaurus on your phone.
Up Giganopithecus.
I don't know what that is.